Hello, 11th grade English class. In our media literacy unit, we will be analyzing information found in electronic, print, and mass media, evaluate interactions and conflicts between visual and verbal messages, analyze the impact of the media on the public, including identifying and analyzing rhetorical and logical fallacies. But first, the intro to media literacy. Bias is an important factor to consider when analyzing and evaluating media. What is bias? Bias is prejudice in favor of or against one thing, person, or group compared with another, usually in a way considered to be unfair. There are 6 main types of bias when analyzing and evaluating the media. The first type of bias is bias through selection and omission. An editor can express a bias by choosing to use or not to use a specific news item. For example, the editor might believe that advertisers want young readers. They spend more money. Therefore, news of specific interest to old people will be ignored. Within a given story, details can be ignored or included to give readers or viewers a different opinion about the news events reported. The second type of bias is bias through placement. Readers of papers judge first-page stories to be more significant than those buried in the back. Television and radio newscasts run the most important stories first and leave the less significant to later. Where a story is placed, therefore, influence what a reader or viewer thinks about its importance and suggests the editor's evaluation of its importance. The third type of bias is bias by headline. Many people read only the headline of the news item. As a result, headlines are the most read part of a paper. They can summarize as well as present carefully hidden biases and prejudices. They can convey excitement where little exists, and they can steer public opinion. The fourth type of bias is bias by photos, captions, and camera angles. Some pictures flatter a person, others make the person look unpleasant. A paper can choose photos to influence opinion about, for example, a candidate for election. The choice of which visual images display is extremely important. The fifth type of bias is bias through statistics and crowd counts. To make a disaster seem more spectacular and therefore worthy of reading, numbers can be inflated. 100 injured in a train wreck is more powerful than passengers injured in a train wreck. Crowd counts are notoriously inaccurate and often reflect the opinion of the person doing the counting. The final bias we're going to discuss in our Introduction to Media Literacy is bias by source control. Tech bias always consider where a news item comes from. Is the information supplied by a reporter, by an eyewitness, by police or fire officials, by executives, by elected or appointed government officials? Each might have a particular bias that is presented in the story. This concludes our introduction to bias in our media literacy unit. The Common Core standards that are going to be covered in this unit are Media Literacy Point 1, Media Literacy 2.1, and Media Literacy 2.2, all in the 11 through 12 English Language Arts grade category.